Now the Millennium Stadium is set to witness another final, and the prize for this one is arguably the most lucrative in European football, a place in the English Premier League. This season the Championship saw a thrilling climax with Wigan and Sunderland gaining automatic promotion. Today West Ham United and Preston North End must fight it out for that final promotion place. Relegated in 2003, West Ham made the playoffs last season, but they lost out in the final to Crystal Palace, and they'll be out for revenge today. Having lost many big-name players over the last few seasons, they now have a new crop of youngsters coming through, including Rio Ferdinand's younger brother, Anton. Up front, they have the attacking force of Bobby Zamora and Marlon Harewood, while Teddy Sheringham, who missed this match through injury, has provided much-needed experience in their attack. Hanging on the fringes of the playoff places for much of the season, a late charge propelled the Hammers into 6th and the last playoff place. The semi-finals followed and West Ham were pitted against Ipswich, who'd only just missed out on the automatic places. A 2-2 draw at home was followed by a 2-0 win at Ipswich, and West Ham were through. Today's opponents, Preston, have this season found themselves challenging for promotion for the first time since manager Dave Moyes left for Everton in 2001. After a lean spell under former Scotland manager Craig Brown, new man Billy Davies has renewed their promotion hopes, and with a 4th place finish, they're slight favourites going into this match. They won the first leg of their semi-final 2-0 against Derby, and a 0-0 draw in the second leg was enough for them to progress. Preston were the first ever English champions in the latter years of the 19th century, but they hadn't been in the top division in England since 1961. Was this the moment that they were to return to the elite? Watching all the action at the Millennium Stadium is Gary Blue.
It's 44 years since Preston last graced the top division of English football. They could be 90 minutes away from taking that giant leap. 2 seasons ago, West Ham United were relegated from the Premiership. They were here last year, beaten by Crystal Palace. But now they're back again to face Preston and another attempt to reach the promised land. So let's check on the lineups for today's Championship playoff final, starting with Preston. They keep the same team that began both playoff semi-finals against Derby County. Paul McKenna and Richard Cresswell were both playoff final losers here against Bolton 4 years ago. The front two of Cresswell and Nugent have scored 42 goals between them this season. West Ham United make one change to their lineup. Sean Newton comes into midfield at the expense of Carl Fletcher, who's on the bench. Bobby Zamora partners Marlon Harewood. A year ago, 5 of these West Ham United players contested the 2004 playoff final when West Ham United lost to Crystal Palace. So Mike Riley has the whistle. It's going to be Preston North End to start the 2005 Championship playoff final. They haven't lost a match when they've been in front this season, and this is Preston's 6th taste of the playoffs. Only Ipswich and Bolton have more experience. That one played over the head of Cresswell. Preston North End are a really bruising team. They won't take any prisoners. West Ham United have vowed to come out of the traps quickly, apply the pressure to Preston North End and have the game won as soon as they can. Here's Etherington, a player who could well leave the club if West Ham United don't win today. There are a string of suitors all waiting for his signature in the summer. But when he gives away the free kick, Etherington takes it. Ball belted in by Powell, the goalkeeper gets it clear. Good pressure here by West Ham United early on. Rio Coca, Harewood, he slipped as he turned. Mawene should get it clear. Cresswell having to come deep to win it. Repka's there in a flash, and you can see West Ham United are up for the fight. This is Chris Powell who delivered this free kick. Sedgwick is caught as he tried to break down this near flank. Mawene to take the throw from a Derby County player. Sedgwick. It's always a nervy opening to such a high-profile game with so much pressure exerted on these players. To West Ham United. They are the favourites to win today, West Ham. And who knows, we could have another high-profile penalty shootout to decide who wins this game. There's been enough of those in recent times. There's Kelly Davis. His assistant David Kelly. Powell takes a throw. Options here for West Ham United. And Repka's forward here. Oh, Repka almost scores. Thomas Repka in his final game for West Ham United. The player who kicked one off his line a year ago here against Crystal Palace has come within an ace of scoring the opening goal. McKenna. Free kick to Preston. And Rio Coker could be in trouble here with Mike Riley. Lewis is trying to get away here from Rio Coker, and it was a tackle from behind which has been outlawed. Matt Hill. Brilliant play, Zamora. It's Zamora who's been brought down, and no penalty. It was an ugly challenge by Mweni, and Zamora, the control was never quite there. He never had complete mastery of the football. Cresswell, played by Ward. There's a bit of holding going on there. I think it was Chris Powell, the guilty man. Sven-Göran Eriksson took over the England team. Chris Powell was his first choice left back before certain Ashley Cole was discovered. Davis has gone forward then in that central defensive berth, and O'Neill's in there as well, as is Luchetti. Big chance here for Preston North End to land a big punch. Lewis drops it in short. Clever movement. Cresswell! Easily Preston's best chance of the game so far. It was cleared by Anton Ferdinand. It was one I'm sure that Preston had been working on in training. Lewis with his short free kick, the dummy there by Cresswell. West Ham United have had to sell some of their brightest young stars after suffering relegation. Zamora. Great ball here, Etherington! Carlo Nash to the rescue for Preston. It just opened up there for Nat Etherington of West Ham United. Set up here by Bobby Zamora, and the shot was on target. Brilliantly weighted pass there by Zamora, and Etherington did just about everything right, but so too did Carlo Nash. Etherington. Sean Newton discussed the options here at this corner kick. This one's going to be bent away from goal, I fear. Indeed it is. Very easy for Preston to defend. Much harder to defend an in-swinging corner. Animated Kelly Davis on the touchline. Kelly just behind him. His assistant. His hands on his hips. A slight worry for West Ham United is that they've dominated the opening 28 minutes of this football match, and yet they haven't managed to really trouble the Preston North End goalkeeper Carlo Nash. Just one shot against the upright. I suspect Zamora wanted to be involved in this free kick. and has been told just to move away from his teammates and leave it to them. There's enough of them, isn't there? Crowding over the ball. Mullins, Harewood. It's left to Harewood and Etherington to decide between them who's going to strike this free kick towards goal. Only half an hour gone in the Championship playoff final. Etherington. Youthful smile on the face there of Alan Pardew. West Ham have enjoyed 52% of the possession so far. You'd suspect it was more, actually. Nugent. Another good tackle by Anton Ferdinand. The form of Ferdinand and Elliot Ward has been highlighted by manager Alan Pardew as a reason why West Ham United managed to creep into the playoff positions at the end of the season. Only 2 corners won in this game, 1 apiece. Eddie Lewis to take the corner here for Preston. Good attempt on goal. Ketty really brave in that challenge, but no great power on his header. And it's Rio Coker who breaks here for West Ham. Etherington to his left. Slid through towards Zamora. And Zamora's won it here for West Ham United. And it's a clumsy challenge in the end by Claude Davis. The dispossessed Bobby Zamora. Yeah, he was grabbing his shirt, and Zamora was claiming to the referee he was having his jersey pulled. As we're about to move into stoppage time at the end of the first half. There'll be 1 minute of stoppage time to be added on. Corner here to West Ham. Can they take the lead before the break? Etherington to take the corner kick and bend it away from goal again. Piece of goalkeeping by Connor Nash. Any defender will tell you that when your goalkeeper comes out like that, very positively to claim the ball, it takes an awful lot of pressure off any defence. Nugent. Mulwenny. Oh, a disappointing shot in the end by Nugent. I just think that West Ham United couldn't keep that tempo going for the full 45 minutes. And that's why Preston is suddenly seeing a lot more of the ball. Well, West Ham have rallied at the end of that first half, but Thomas Repka has come the closest to any player to altering the scoreline. That shot which came back off the upright. And for all West Ham's good intentions and good football, they have been unable to break down a very, very determined Preston North End defence. But the half-time score in the Championship playoff final in Cardiff's Millennium Stadium is Preston North End 0, West Ham United 0. Welcome back, everyone. 0-0 at half-time in the Championship playoff final then between Preston and West Ham United. It's West Ham United who restart the game. In 1996, West Ham United finished 10th in the Premiership, whilst Preston North End were in the old 4th division, struggling to stay alive. Now they're shoulder to shoulder, with one team ready to ascend to the Premiership. A bit of an omen perhaps here. West Ham United's biggest defeat this season was here in Cardiff. They lost 4-1 in the city to Cardiff City at Ninian Park. We're hoping they don't have another day like that. Etherington with a free kick. Repka got the final touch. An easy ball to control for the Czech Republic international. Toddy Sheringham is the makeshift coach for West Ham United. Mulwenny. Touched off by Cresswell, and he did that really well. It's Eddie Lewis now for Preston North End. Ricochets off Chris Powell, the left back. Mulwenny. Cresswell. Corner. And Elliot Ward did not agree with the referee or his assistant. Difficult to see who got the final touch here, but I suspect it wasn't the West Ham player. Indeed. Ketty, Davis and Cresswell all ready and waiting. Cresswell off the line. Sean Newton was a saviour there for West Ham United. Easily the closest we've come to a goal for Preston. Another corner kick. McKenna takes it. Cresswell again is in there. And it was Sedgwick who got the rather inaccurate shot on goal. Really good clearance there by Sean Newton. He really was in the right place at the right time. Cresswell with a towering header. Nice height for Sean Newton. Harewood's after this one. O'Neill again, the pass was disappointing. Rio Coca now for West Ham. Helps it through. Great chance for Harewood. Fabulous save. Zamora off the line. Harewood, another fine save. And somehow West Ham conspire to miss all their chances. It all started with that short pass by O'Neill. Rio Coca set it up. Harewood was onside. Great save there by Carlo Nash. Great clearance there by Mwani. And then the goalkeeper made that follow-up save. Again, he was clearly in front of the line. It's a much more even contest. Their plan to score an early goal has not materialised. West Ham's hopes of winning this one by short sprint and getting a couple of goals in front. It's very much under the spotlight now. Preston's plan of playing a longer game, more of a marathon, seems a little bit more secure, but it's West Ham United who attack here. Zamora! Bobby Zamora for West Ham United. Is that the goal to take them into the Premiership? The game appeared to be lurching towards Preston North End, but suddenly a very direct style by West Ham United has brought dividends. Etherington into Zamora, and the cutest of finishes by Bobby Zamora. This is a vital time for West Ham United because they just have to keep their concentration despite the mayhem on the terraces, and their fans absolutely ecstatic. And they have a free kick. Marlon Harewood went skipping through and he was hoping that the referee would allow the advantage. O'Neill's already been cautioned, he'll have to watch his step. Etherington with a free kick here for West Ham. And it's a free header, would you believe, for Bobby Zamora. Oh, if West Ham United go up next season, he'll have to take chances like these. There'll be few and far between. There'll be much better marks than that. Then for 10 minutes at the end of the second half, Preston had all the ball. The start of the second half was very even indeed. And in that period, when Preston almost took the lead, of course, when Sean Newton headed one off his line, West Ham United find the first goal of this game. Nugent. It's opening up here for Nugent, and he drives it straight at Jimmy Walker. Goodness me, Preston still have a sting. West Ham will never have a better opportunity of getting out of this division. Cresswell has been caught. Really, Preston's hopes could well rest on the shoulders of this man here. The leading goal scorer will have to get his act together if Preston are to lift themselves out of this gloom of being a goal behind in the playoff final. Nugent and Cresswell. Road of disappointment from the Preston end. There was a real opportunity there for the top scorer of Preston, Richard Cresswell. Had time to bring it down, but the arc of his boot brought the ball agonisingly wide as far as Preston are concerned. Mullins. Offside. Always that millisecond of uncertainty when a player goes racing through. Has he stayed onside? Well, the answer there is evidently no. Those incidents are bound to occur at this stage of the game. Oh, the goalkeeper's brought the ball outside the penalty area and he's gone down injured. His knee has just collapsed from underneath him. How many substitutions have West Ham United made here? He's handled the ball outside the penalty area. He's injured. The goalkeeper came a long way and his knee simply buckled. Oh, goodness me, that looks awful. He's going to need the summer off to recover from that injury. So Bywater, who played in last season's playoff final here against Crystal Palace, is on for Jimmy Walker.
Has been replaced by Sue Graham Alexander.
That last stoppage must have taken about 3 or 4 minutes. Some of these West Ham fans can barely look.
Has been replaced by one Stephen Bywater.
McKenna. First save for the goalkeeper. You'll have seen that very late indeed. Huge sigh of relief there for Stephen Bywater. Ball fired straight at him. It looks like another season in this division for Preston North End. It looks like the Premiership for West Ham United. Cresswell. Lewis. And they're getting wide here to Hill. Hill with a cross. What a clearance there, I think, by... was it Elliott? Elliott Ward? I think it was. McKenna drives it in again. And there's a free kick to West Ham United. And Luchetti is all anger and frustration. Hill delivered the perfect cross. Here, number 18. West Ham dealt with it. Daly with the header. Cresswell, it's now or never for Preston North End. They have to make this count, otherwise they're staying in this league. And Repka smuggles it away. Is that Preston's last chance? Hill. Elementary mistake at such a crucial period of the match. Rio Coca will leave the throw. And Repka will take an age to take the throw in. Repka with a throw. The 31st of May 2005 is Ascension Day for West Ham United. They're back in the Premiership. Bobby Zamora's goal has settled the Championship playoff final. And Charlotte Oates hands over the playoff trophy to Nigel Rio Coca. West Ham United are back.